This is Terry Kurtz On-Line reporting on Victor Valley, High Desert, and Mojave River Valley events, activities, entertainment, sports, and history. Joseph W. Brady updates us on Victor Valley College developments.
Well, as of today, we got a new update. The goal at this point is to open up for all employees, all employees on May 10th.
Is that students too?
To start bringing students back, but over a period of time. So our starting date is May 10th for employees. Get them back, get them acclimated, get them back in the classroom, get them back in their office, get them back kind of interacting. We are going to do a graduation this year. So under the leadership of Dr. Walden and John Nolan and Todd Scott and a couple other people on out there, Karen Ingleton and you name it, we are going to do a graduation down the hill at Devore. And that is going to be, I think, on Saturday night, June 12th at 6 o'clock. So the college leadership has said, we're not going to sit back and feel sorry for ourselves. Our students that have graduated this year during the year of COVID, I was the president during the year of COVID. So, we're going to do that graduation. I think it's great. On May 15th, we have the gala. And the gala this year is going to be different. So we always did the gala. The gala was always, I think, the third Saturday in February every year. We always did the Hilton Garden Inn, full pack crowd, usually 440 people is I think what it holds. This year is so exciting because it's out of the box, okay? And I really do. I compliment Shannon and her entire board. I think Casey Armstrong is involved. You got Kirsten Acosta, the interim executive director. I compliment the staff. I think Kirsten and Chris, and they've got a small and mighty staff on it that's done a great job, and I think that it speaks volumes. So hopefully we'll sell out, and it'll be nice. It'll be outside, socially distanced. People can see people they haven't seen for a long time. Socially distanced, hopefully, I don't know if we're going to require masks. There are quite a few award winners. There's two in particular that I was somewhat sensitive with. I nominated Carl Tate, who's been here forever. He ran Spring Valley Realty and was a real player in real estate, and also Donald Brown with Lee & Associates. That was a co-nomination by myself and Shannon. It'll be a fun event. I think what's nice is the foundation thought out of the box and said, okay, we want to do something. Everybody wants to get out. People want to go do things. They're tired of sitting at home. America is back open again. And I'm cautiously optimistic. Terry, I will say this, and this is a kind of a political deal. I think that we could have one of the best economies ever coming on up. So I'll talk about that in a later segment. So
here's the link to that good news on economic growth. And for those inquiring minds that want to know about Joseph W.'s continuing facial hair growth.
So, Terry, I just got my ears lowered to go down and give a speech for my favorite aunt, and Shirley passed away. And so by the time this is shown, Deb and I will have gone down and back. Thanks. I have three great female cousins, senior cousins, first cousins, Cindy, Mel, and Kelly Sue. And so I'm going to take a poll. I ran into somebody yesterday, a female in the title business. They came in and said, "Hey, I love it." I said, "I don't." So Jay Tron, who is out for about 2 months, he's at Talking Heads, been cutting my hair for 32 years. He said the other day, he said, I would kind of go with it. What I think people are kind of surprised. This is great. This has never been touched. So go figure. So it's fun. We will see.
We will hear Joseph W. Brady report on the Spring Valley Lake Association election upcoming. Thank you for watching this report. Terry Kurtz On-Line was brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville. Deagle & Don always has discount prices on appliances, mattresses, home furnishings, and electronics. Valu Quality Truck Body. Family owned and operated since 1954. The Bradco Companies, our area's longest standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, favored destination for travelers and visitors to the Victor Valley. Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activities, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon.
What time is it, sports fans? It's time for your High Desert Sports Report!
Your half-hour High Desert Sports Report, the area's only video action highlights coverage of high school athletes, teams, and sports programs, Victor Valley College Rams, and Barstow College Vikings athletic events. We hope you'll join us right here on Victor Valley TV.
You American tramp! Do what I say or she dies!
Please, I'll do anything you want. Just let her go.
Get on the loudspeaker! Tell the teachers to open their classrooms now!
I can't do that.
Then she dies.
The teachers won't unlock their doors. Not after seeing you and your men come onto school grounds.
Then we will have to find other avenues, won't we?
How serious is this going to get?
Depends on how serious these men are.
It's going to be pretty serious from the intel I've received from the deputies on scene. We've got over 24 well-armed men, RPGs, AK-47s. We need to get SWAT here if we have time.
This is not looking very promising.
What are we going to do if SWAT doesn't make it there on time? You two seem awfully calm for a school being taken over by terrorists.
Not at all, but this is the way of life. This terrorism is new to you Americans, but it's old to us.
Ah, the Russian philosopher.
My God! They just executed 2 children.
How do you know?
It was just uploaded to YouTube.
This is when it starts.
A killer without remorse, burning with pride and having the time of his life, Zachary Marshall is unstoppable until Detective Jonas Peters unexpectedly arrives in the midst of one of Marshall's heinous crimes. After a bank robbery goes from bad to worse and leaves 3 dead, including a little girl, Marshall finds himself the target of the most intensive manhunt Riverside, California has ever witnessed.
Thought you quit smoking.
About a dozen times in the past 3 years. Today just seemed easy to slip into old habits.
Got an extra one?
Rebecca, you don't smoke.
You're right. I can't sympathize that much.
Good.
Tell me what happened.
Is this official?
Has to be, Jonas. It's my business. I need to know that procedures were followed to the letter of the law.
You know me, Rebecca. Of course they were.
Jonas, this is bad. Not only has the department lost a fine detective, but we've got 2 dead civilians and 1 who may or may not make it. And we've got nothing to show for it. That perp just disappeared off of that roof.
We followed procedures.
Tell me then. I need to know exactly how it happened.
You can read my report.
Look, I know you guys hate internal affairs, but you gotta understand something. We don't only go after the bad cops, we try to protect the good ones. Look, I know you've been through hell today, but don't take it out on me. I'm trying to help.
Steve and I heard shots inside the bank and decided to go in.
Did you know what the shooting was about?
Not at the time, but we thought it prudent to get our asses in there before there'd be possible bloodshed. We wanted to wait for backup, but there wasn't enough time.
Jonas, the only thing that suspect shot before you got in there was the surveillance camera. That was it.
How were we to know? I thought he might start shooting up the place. It was a judgment call, Rebecca, plain and simple.
Nothing in this business is plain and simple. There's a lot of knots in this story that have to be untied before it's laid out to view. Look, I probably overstepped my authority by saying this much this early. I'll talk to you again. I am sorry about your partner.
Yeah, sure.
Screw you. I'll miss him too.
Detective Peters becomes frustrated and half crazed as the case falters due to lack of clues and evidence. Ordered to take a vacation from the department before he drives all of the other detectives crazy with his constant tirades, he reluctantly agrees, but an innocent remark to the media changes the entire scenario. Now the hunter becomes hunted. Detective Peters takes this homicide case especially hard, having seen his own young daughter murdered during a bungled convenience store robbery years earlier. The pain of the darkness is too deep, and the spirits are waiting to remind him they will not forgive him, and he cannot forgive himself. There will be no rest until Marshall is caught. Hunted, available May 18th in bookstores everywhere.
Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activities, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon.
What time is it, sports fan? It's time for your High Desert Sports Report.
Your half-hour High Desert Sports Report, the area's only video action highlights coverage of high school athletes, teams, and sports programs, Victor Valley College Rams, and Barstow College Vikings athletic events. We hope you'll join us right here on Victor Valley TV. Terry Kurtz On-Line was brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville. Deagle and Don always has discount prices on appliances, mattresses, home furnishings, and electronics. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. The Bradco Companies, our area's longest standing full service commercial brokerage firm. Ewanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, favored destination for travelers and visitors to the Victor Valley. Good news starts off this Joseph W. Brady report.
Terry, we've got some great news, but I'm going to caution the great news and say to people, this is where we have to understand where politics could really derail what's a great economy. First thing, most people know that I was a Trump supporter. Okay, I did not vote for Biden or Kamala. I did not like everything that Trump did. I didn't like all the tweets and all that kind of stuff. But I like the fact that he got rid of a lot of regulation. I like the fact that he created millions and millions of jobs, and unemployment was at the lowest ever. I mean, ever recorded. Nobody's ever going to argue. The numbers that just came out, that we are growing on an annualized rate of 6.4%. It's absolutely unheard of. Now, when we came out of the third quarter of last year, we were growing at a 20+% rate on an annual basis. But we had been sequestered. I mean, people couldn't buy anything. They couldn't do anything. So you have all this money sitting on the sidelines. We have trillions of dollars sitting in people's bank accounts and savings accounts, and people want to do things, okay? They want to go buy cars. The car dealerships are having a hard time getting cars. You know why? Because they've sold so many cars that they're having a problem getting the chips that go in these cars. I talked to one of the car dealer owners the other night, and he said to me, Joe, last month we sold 300X cars. I won't say what brand. He said, right now I only have 17 on the lot because I can't get any more. The economy continues to do well. The economy's doing well now. You can't find a house here right now in the high desert. The market is on fire. So people are putting bids in on homes at $350,000. So let's say the listing's at $350,000. There are some deals that are going at $400,000. Okay, you're at $450,000 and it might go for $500,000. It's not just in the high desert region. It's not just in California. It's across the country. Most of the major metro markets are up over 10% year to date. State of California, we're up 12% over year to date. That's incredible. So people are making a lot of money. Okay, we've got about, I think, $11 trillion in build-up equity in our country in housing. Try to go build a house. I mean, you can't get the materials. The materials are really high. What I am concerned about is when you come on out within your first 100 days as a president, and you say to the business market and to investors, we're going to raise capital gains up to 44%. So imagine, I don't think we're going to get 44%, but I think that they're going to get something. And then you take the 13% you're going to pay in California. If you took 44 and 13, you're at 57%. If they got everything they wanted, okay? So that does not bode well. Right now, with what we've incurred through just his administration, okay, we're, you know, the Home Act or the Family Act, and we got the infrastructure deal out there, and we got the COVID. We're talking about $6 trillion additional dollars over the $10 trillion that worked its way, or is still trying to work its way through the system that has been committed, okay? And then today, I'm on the phone with a very well-known business person here in the high desert. The person said to me, I cannot get enough employees because the Biden administration or our Democratic leaders have said, let's pay people to stay at home. I think that what the Biden administration is talking about with the capital gains, okay, now they're talking about eliminating 1031 exchanges down to $500,000. No, the tax issue could really bite us. You know, the fuel, they're talking about there could be a fuel shortage this summer for people traveling, and that's not good. I do think that will get resolved. But I would say to Biden or Kamala Harris, who I didn't vote for, you know, reach out to Republicans. Let's start working together. Let's start healing our country. A unified country brings people together. When people feel better, what do? They go out and spend money. When they spend money, it's a doubling effect. So now you get into, you've got Covington Capital with their 3 buildings that they're grading on out here on I-15. They're moving nearly 2.5 million cubic yards of dirt. The first building's 1,150,000, I think. They're starting to frame the foundation right now. The original project is 232 acres. They're grading 186 acres. There'll be 3 buildings. They're all 1 million square feet. But what's interesting is the length of the building, will have a super flat floor, and there's a 40-foot fall between the front and the back, or the back and the front. So, and that is what you call a super flat floor. So these buildings that are being developed by Exeter under the direction of Ken Shear, Mark Milikovich of Covington Capital, will have the highest and most current technology for robotics and all those kinds of things. That's why they need these super flat floors. So it's pretty cool. Tapestry's moving along. I'm in contact with John O'Haney all the time. I think they've resolved their Joshua Tree issue. They hope to be moving dirt by July. I mean, Hesperia's doing well. CarMax is coming into Victorville. Yeah, so that's a really big thing. Chick-fil-A is under construction. I mean, that's going to be that'll be a novelty on up here. The high desert economy is doing well. The speed train that we talked about multiple times, it seems to be back on track. That's pretty good. Apple Valley opened up the big lots deal on out there. Atalanta's got a lot of construction. Jimmy Previty with his 420ers or HDO industrial project. I think he has sold 6 buildings in the last 6 months. I mean, they're 30,000 square foot. They're really deluxe. Barstow's doing well. The mayor out there, Paul Courtney, is working very hard. You have people like Diane Flores out in Barstow, who's a real leader. We're seeing on the real estate side here, and it feels, to me, we feel like it's about 2001, and I remember that run up from 1999 to 2006. It was wonderful. We don't have the size staff that we did. I don't want that size staff. We're going to be doing something else here in the near future. But I do think that everybody up here is going to hopefully make some money, and if you're a homeowner, you're going to make some money, and we also have to watch inflation. I mean, we're borrowing way too much money, Terry. Way too much money. It's scary.
Victor Valley College update on upcoming reports. We hope you'll join us. Thank you for watching.
I'm gonna show you all that I'm made of. I've been brought down to my knees.
Brittany Morgan, Apple Valley Idol winner.
My ultimate goal is actually Broadway. I want to make it up from there.
I've been brought down to my knees, and I've been pushed way past the point of breaking. mean the last of me.
Some singers that I really idolize is obviously Cher, and Christina Aguilera has an amazing voice. And Steven Tyler, actually, I love him.
Granite Hills senior-to-be Sarah Becker, runner-up. Apple Valley Idol, 11th season.
Dreams, but I don't mind. I'm where and who I want to be. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
Winner in the 11 to 13 age group, Reagan Slomback.
What's your long-range goal?
Being a famous singer.
Any artists that you really admire that you like to passion yourself after?
Christina Aguilera.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I feel
Angelica Howard took top honors in the 8 to 10 age group.
Is there any performer that you like best, that you like to listen to?
I like Taylor Swift.
Apple Valley Idol competition made it clear. Apple Valley's got talent.
Ticket for the long way round. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Follow your dreams and do what you love to do. If you ever come back home to Carolina, do what you say to me. Cause a girl like you's impossible to find. You're impossible, so great and so deep. Did you think I didn't need you here to hold my hand, to dry my tears? Did you even miss me through the years? Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter as long as we're going. And I can believe what God is Yeah, I haven't seen the last of me. Thank you.
Guys, come forward so you guys can take a picture as well. Let's give it up for all of our performers tonight. And first place, Brittany Morgan.
Joseph W. Brady offers a $5,000 reward for arrest and conviction of whoever stole mail from his Victorville post office box.
But for those that have not heard this, our post office box has been broken into 4 times since June of last year, including February of this year. Okay, I'm not the only one that it wasn't necessarily targeted towards me, but we believe that twice of the times that it happened, the postmaster might have been out of town. So a couple of these, one of them they believe happened during broad daylight. So I'm going to sweeten the pie to figure this thing out. My wife and I, Deborah K. Brady, will offer a reward of $5,000. It's pretty simple. They got to be arrested, they've got to be convicted, and they've got to be given time. And it's got to be for my mail in my P.O. box. P.O. box easy to find. And you know what? I think for $5,000, you're going to see some people roll over on people. Because you know what? And not only did I get it, we apparently had a bunch of boxes about the same time in February broken into at Spring Valley Lake. So this is an ongoing problem. What I think, Terry, is despicable, okay, is that we only have 4 people in the Inland Empire. According to one of the postal inspectors I talked to back in August, we only have 4 postal people that are trying to catch the bad guys working in the entire Inland Empire.
Doesn't the Victorville post office have cameras?
Terry, they do, and they have some imagery. I'll just say this, that they're probably putting in cameras that will never be seen by anybody, and they might be in places that they would never even think about. Okay, so I encourage anybody that if you know who it is, Terry will put my cell number up there. Text me, because I'm not answering any numbers that I don't have in my phone, and my email. And if the person is arrested, convicted, and found to have taken our mail, and I know Sheriff John McMahon is trying desperately to be sure things like this don't happen to me and everybody else. There is absolutely no excuse for it. But I have a feeling that the next time these people come back, they might be in for a really big surprise. And you never know where it's going to be. But they've been pretty good about assuring me of, and we've talked about some ideas. I'm not going to get in the postal security business, but it's just sad. I mean, it's just sad.
Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activities, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon.
What time is it, sports fans? It's time for your High Desert Sports Report.
Your half-hour High Desert Sports Report, the area's only video action highlights coverage of high school athletes, teams, and sports programs, Victor Valley College Rams, and Barstow College Vikings athletic events. We hope you'll join us right here on Victor Valley TV. Terry Kurtz On-Line was brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last. Sold on supporting High Desert Sports. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville. Deal and Don always has discount prices on appliances, mattresses, home furnishings, and electronics. Valu Quality Truck Body. Family owned and operated since 1954. The Bradco Companies, our area's longest standing full service commercial brokerage firm. Ewanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant and the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, favored destination for travelers and visitors to the Victor Valley. Hope you can be with us next time on Terry Kurtz On-Line. Thanks for watching.